Ah, Cranbourne, a quiet bliss slice of the Dorset countryside, run amok with cute little forest creatures, farmers and local drunks. Not an ideal start to a job in the media, but a humble one at the very least. Where I live now is more likely the start you'd imagine for someone looking to get into this profession, surrounded by shops and advertisement, blanketed in media from day one. Not for me though, no. In fact, I was sheltered from it in some way. I didn't actually have access to broadband or even Freeview until like the age of 10. There are other struggles that come with growing up outside of a city and moving into one and looking for work experience, but at the same time it does have its benefits, namely where I am right now. Thinking on Bourdieu's theory of habitus, I believe I've kind of overcome an aspect of it. In short, it is described as the way society becomes deposited in persons in the form of lasting dispositions or trained capacities and structured propensities to think, feel and act in determinate ways, which then guide them. Pierre Bourdieu's book, Photography, a Middlebrow Art, originally written in 1965 and then translated to English in 1990, commonly calls upon this theory of habitus and relates it into the world of photography. He states, "The choice of the photographic profession often indicates movement from low-status professions to a profession with slightly higher status or a status that is less well-defined and therefore less easily identifiable." Quite funnily, this truly highlights my struggle at the moment. I'm in a crossroad of whether I want to choose a less extravagant, maybe slightly less well-paid job of maybe a farmer or a brewer, or do I want to push harder and push through the media industry and become a fashion photographer like I kind of truly want to. And I guess I'd be happy with both, realistically. To summarise a broader standing use and application, generally habitus is to help
implement distinctions between what is good and what is bad, between what is right and what is wrong, between what is distinguished and what is vulgar.
The same behaviour, or even the same good, can appear distinguished to one person, pretentious to someone else, and cheap and showy to yet another.
So what does this mean in relation to me? Well, this is pretty much saying that because I grew up surrounded by countryside and simple pleasures, I should be wowed and amazed by this new technologies and cities. However, by this time I'm numb to it. I did have that at one point. Getting a laptop when I was 14 changed a lot of things though, and due to heavy exposure to media throughout my early teens, the only part of me now that truly conforms to this idea of habitus is the fact that I hate how much grey there is here. So yeah, Bourdieu's theory might be kind of relevant. However, I refuse to be defeated by this, and I'm not a creature of habit. With going to college in Poole and with going to uni in Southampton, a change in style occurred because it all of a sudden could. In terms of this aiding or distracting me from my career choice and getting work experience, I'd say it just helps because of my needed variation in character. Working behind the bar when I'm at home and having like a childhood of half-pint colas in pubs on Sunday afternoons has just completely aided in my confidence, really. Everyone in the city is quite withdrawn, or I guess at least just polite enough to not berate you for what you're wearing. So in returning to the city, I always find an increase in confidence. Moving into the future, I aim to utilise my networking skills and my lower thirst for money in order to widen my contacts and improve my chances of becoming a professional photographer. My girlfriend, who I've been with since the start of my degree, lives in Brighton though. So I'd say that's a city that I definitely feel more at home in I get the same sense that I get when I'm at home in the countryside almost. Based on this, I think that I'm going to move back home, raise some money for a bit, and then continue my visits to Brighton, growing clientele and building up a portfolio that I could take to a small magazine, and then build up a portfolio with them, take that to a bigger magazine. So yeah, I guess that's everything. Thank you for watching the vlog, and fingers crossed for my media profession. I think I'm just going to leave in how broken I look at the end there.